Government to assist Borneo contractors exhibiting Sarawak history in the United Kingdom towards a better, greener future. Those are the headlines for tonight. I'm Lorenzo Isaac and this is TVS Nightline. The government is ready to assist assigned Borneo contractors who are faced with problems, causing major delays in the completion of the major project. Senior Works Minister Datuk Sri Fadilah Yusof said among the issues faced by contractors are labour shortages and higher costs of construction materials following the COVID-19 pandemic. Fadilah said since the global pandemic hit, most of the workers employed by contractors for the project have returned to their countries of origin, resulting to a 30% reduction of workforce as compared to pre-pandemic capacity. Apart from that, Fadilah said the supply of raw materials such as stones and sand has been affected by the closure of quarries and mines.
Kita sudah pun mengenal pasti bagaimana kita nak atasi dan sedang berbincang juga dengan Kementerian Kewangan bagaimana kita nak tangani kenaikan kos material.
He hopes that the government's decision to cover the increase in costs borne by contractors will be able to reduce the burden and accelerate the speed of construction. Fadilah said despite the challenges, the completion status of the Sarawak Borneo Highway is now at 53%. He told reporters who participated in the Fraudpedia Sarawak Tour program in Seri Aman today. Soon, Sarawak will have a permanent exhibition to showcase its rich history and heritage in the United Kingdom. The Brooke Trust Director, Jason Brooke, disclosed that the museum will be at the Raja's old retirement home, Bureta House in Devon. This will complement the Trust's existing Brooke Gallery and the Raja Brooke Cottage in Kuching. According to Jason, the Trust was able to acquire Raja Sir James Brooke's Bureta House with private and public funding.
With our museums in particular, there's clearly a strong connection with the United Kingdom, with where my family originally came from, but also where the Rajas are all buried at the tomb in Devon at Sheepstore. The charity has just acquired Bureta House, which is the first Raja's home in England that he retired to and beside which he was buried. So we're hoping to install a museum.
He added that the Bureta House will also be an educational place showcasing Sarawak's rich history and heritage to the community there.
And if we can do that, we can have a natural kind of bridge between the UK and Sarawak in promoting this element of Sarawak's history and heritage and hopefully promoting Sarawak tourism from over there in the UK.
Sarawak and South Korea are poised to explore the potential of Sarawak as a region for carbon capture, utilization and storage (CCUS), as well as in the production of alternative aviation fuels such as sustainable aviation fuel (SAF), seeking expertise from South Korea to develop and promote green and sustainable technology in the state.
During the Sarawak Korea Energy Business Forum held in Kuching today, Abang Johari noted Sarawak should adapt and utilize technology to add value to its vast natural resources. He added that carbon capture, utilization and storage (CCUS) can fast-track the growth of Southeast Asian economies on the path to net zero emissions, and commenting further that to achieve this goal, the state has recently passed the Land Code Amendment Bill 2022.
In Sarawak, we have recently passed the Land Code Amendment Bill 2022, which gives us better position to develop CCUS as a powerful mitigation technology towards low carbon economy. Therefore, I welcome Korean companies to work with Sarawak to explore the potential in CCUS. The opportunity lies in the initial stage of capturing and separating CO2 from processing and production of the green ammonia. Methanol or from the combustion flue gases. This CO2 that is captured is then compressed into a liquid or supercritical fluid ready for transportation. I believe the cooperation between Korea and Sarawak will enable faster and more efficient deployment of CCUS for development CO2 transport and storage infrastructure.
Sarawak State Economic Development Corporation (SEDC) is also partnering with Airbus and Rolls-Royce through the Aerospace Malaysia Innovation Centre (AMIC) on green hydrogen and fuel cell as future aviation fuel. He said this pilot project came as a step forward for Sarawak to produce alternative aviation rules such as SAF, which could be the key to sustainable air travel in the transition for low-carbon fuel and to decarbonize aviation industry.
I am aware that Korean Air will use SAF on its route between Paris and Seoul. The airline would reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 80% and taking bold steps towards greener aviation.
Abang Jo commented that the good bilateral ties between the state and South Korea has been established since the 1970s, with the Far East country being Sarawak's third biggest importer of liquefied natural gas LNG after Japan and China, involving 4.9 million tons in 2020 with a value of 5.9 billion ringgit. Sarawak has also awarded a $1.07 billion contract to South Korea's Samsung Engineering Co. Limited to provide licensing, engineering, procurement, construction and commissioning services of Sarawak Methanol Project at Tanjung Kidurong in Bintulu.
Industry 4.0, especially analytics, is becoming a new norm in the field of business. Therefore, small and medium enterprises (SMEs) are encouraged to embrace digitalization. The digital transformation is also in line with Sarawak's aspiration to become a developed state by 2030.
Quoting the Institute for Management Development (IMD) World Competitiveness Yearbook Report, Malaysia has improved in ranks of understanding the need for digital transformation and the need to use big data and analytics in decision-making. In 2021, it placed 22nd compared to the 26th position in 2020. And knowing this, Ministry of International Trade and Industry, or MITI, in collaboration with Malaysia Productivity Corporation (MPC) on Thursday, organized an Industry Readiness Assessment 4.0 RA program to attract more participation from local SMEs.
Dan untuk di Sarawak kita hendak seperti saya katakan tadi menggalakkan lagi dia. Kita dah ada 32 syarikat yang telah diluluskan di peringkat assessment yang nyatanya kita hendak menggalakkan SMEs kerana kita sedar 90% 90 lebih peratus industri kita adalah daripada SMEs, tetapi dia orang punya share dalam GDP masih kecil. Jadi kita hendak mempertingkatkan lagi kecekapan mereka melalui penggunaan IO 4.0.
Hafizah added, the program is also in line with Sarawak's aspiration of becoming a developed state by 2030.
Kita sedar bahawa keperluan teknologi digital amat penting dan ini sesuai dengan mandat di peringkat kerajaan negeri sendiri di bawah Post Covid Development Strategy 2030 yang menekankan digital economy.
For speaker and business owner Keng Ben Sen, the program has helped shift his business model from traditional model to digital, increasing its efficiency along the way.
Now a lot of data is actually at our fingertips. This is what we call business intelligence, and it helps us to respond to the industry faster. For example, we know what is our stock level live, the customers' data live. So all these things actually help us a lot in our business.
The Industry Readiness Assessment 4.0 RA program was introduced and implemented since 2018 and it is a government initiative in empowering the industry via automation and digitization activities.
Although Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS has dropped another hint on candidates contesting in the 15th general election, GE15, its coalition chairman, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, has dropped hints to who the candidate in IGAN may be, with its incumbent, Ahmad Johnny Zawawi, having the advantage to retain and defend the seat in the upcoming election.
PBB di bawah TVS dan kita belum lagi menentu siapa calonnya, tapi yang saya beri bayangannya itu masih muda, baru 1 tahun, yang masih kuat jajan.
The Premier spoke to the press after launching the Matu Festival 2022 on Wednesday. Johari also added that GE15 may take place in time sooner than later, but it is up to the federal government to decide on the official date. In the previous general elections, Johnny, 60, clinched the seat with a whopping 10,538 votes against Andri Zulkarnain Hamdan, a Pakatan Harapan PH candidate, who received only 2,043 votes.
A man escaped unhurt when a sedan car he was driving lost control and rammed into a tree has caused a congestion along Jalan Tun Dato' Patinggi Haji Abdul Rahman Yaakob. The impact of the collision left the victim pinned in his vehicle. According to a witness, the victim was conscious but in a weak state and is currently being extricated by firefighters at the scene following the 4 p.m. incident. Onlookers came to aid but were unable to rescue the victim to safety. The man is said to be a general worker. Police have obtained a week-long remand starting Monday, starting 2 men for allegedly raping a 14-year-old disabled girl. Julau District Police Chief DSP Andam Sulin said the case is being investigated under Section 376 and 376B of the Penal Code. The duo was arrested following a police report lodged by the victim's mother on Saturday, June 4th. One of the suspects was in fact the victim's stepfather, while the other a foreigner. Coming up right after the break, no students are left behind. HFMD cases are expected to decline. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. The newly introduced Acquiring Knowledge program will benefit students from rural areas who are bound to be left behind in their lessons due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Nangka Assemblyman Dr. Anwar Rapi said the program in the form of tuition classes would accommodate a total of 272 students from 22 longhouses in the constituency.
Sebagaimana yang kita ketahui, akibat daripada COVID, kita mendapati ada pelajar masih ketinggalan dalam pembelajaran disebabkan keberkesanan PDPR dulu memang umum mengetahui tidaklah begitu berkesan, bukan sahaja sebab isu internet, connectivity, tetapi juga isu penjagaan, isu monitoring pelajar tersebut.
He said that the students will be able to enjoy free tuition for 4 sessions in a week. Classes will be conducted for 2 hours starting at 7 till 9 p.m.
Jadi mereka akan dibekalkan tempat belajar dan guru di mana kita akan memberi tuition selama 4 malam 1 minggu. Iaitu daripada pukul 7 malam sehingga pukul 9. Semua pelajar-pelajar yang ada di rumah panjang tersebut mesti ke tempat belajar tersebut. Mereka akan berkumpul dan seorang guru akan memberi pemantauan, memberi bimbingan kepada mereka.
Dr. Anwar is committed to ensuring that the program runs smoothly by providing educational tools such as textbooks, stationeries, and many more. On the same note, Dr. Anwar revealed that his ministry is in plans to expand the Acquiring Knowledge program in every village in the Nangka constituency. Dr. Anwar noted that he has discussed the matter with several school principals to help identify students to have access in this program.
Saya akan bersama dengan NGO, terutamanya kepada belia, untuk memastikan mereka diberi pendidikan ataupun diberi bimbingan khusus pelajar tahun 1, tahun 2 yang dikatakan terlibat lebih teruk daripada pelajar-pelajar lain akibat daripada COVID-19 ini.
Dr. Anwar hoped that the students' parents would also take the matter seriously and ensure that their children are present when the program is being carried out. Food insecurity is the concern of every nation, including Malaysia. As such, Minister of Agriculture and Food Industries, Datuk Sri Dr. Ronald Kiandi, stressed that the proper use of technology will reduce production costs while maintaining a consistent food chain distribution. Food security is becoming an issue of great importance. This is following various crises including public health, climate change and war.
Kita di Malaysia masih dalam keadaan bekalan yang stabil, tapi kita berhadapan dengan cabaran kenaikan kos yang mengakibatkan bahan makanan diperoleh dalam harga yang agak tinggi ketika ini. Tetapi ini bukan unik bagi Malaysia. Semua negara berhadapan dengan kos input yang meningkat disebabkan oleh faktor-faktor dalaman dan luaran yang sedang berlaku di negara kita. Jadi kita di Malaysia meneliti kesan ini dan menangani kesan. Berbagai langkah telah diambil oleh kerajaan untuk mengurangkan kos input pengeluaran bahan makanan ini.
He told reporters after officiating the pre-launch ceremony of the 2022 Agriculture, Horticulture and Agrotourism exhibition at the Malaysia Agricultural Expo Park in Serdang on Tuesday. Kiandi said his ministry is committed to raising the country's ranking in the Global Food Security Index, which is a scheme undertaken by the Economist Intelligence Unit. He said the government's effort to strengthen the country's food security include the establishment of the nation's Food Security Cabinet Council and the development of the National Food Security Policy Action Plan for 2021 to 2025. Agriculture and Food Industries Ministry assured Malaysians that the poultry supplies throughout the country have been stabilised with no major shortages reported over the last 10 days. He added that the subsidy reinforced by the government is between 60 cents to RM1.40 to help reduce shortages by the end of June.
Ini report kurang, dah mulai stabil dah kan? Ada laporan? Dah mulai stabil dah. Mulai stabil. Kita masih kekalkan export ban whole chicken.
Previously, there has been a significant lack of chicken supplies in the market, causing the price to increase to 13 ringgit per kilogram. Not only do consumers have difficulty finding supplies, but the same problem is also felt by traders who have experienced supply depreciation of over 80%. The Ministry of Health (MOH) expect cases of hand, foot and mouth disease (HFMD) to decline in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin said the spread of the disease is usually seasonal, and as the level of children's immunity increases, the number of cases will go down.
Apabila ramai kanak-kanak terdedah kepada virus tersebut, maka dia akan jadi dia punya tahap imuniti akan naik dan dia akan turun bilangan kes. Dan juga akan ada intervensi lah dari segi kebersihan Kediri, kebersihan taska, pusat-pusat asuhan dan sebagainya juga membantu. Tahun ini kita ada teori kenapa dia naik dengan agak mendadak. Satu, of course, Tadika dan Taska buka semula lah. Itu yang pertama. Tapi kalau kita banding dengan tahun 2019 juga, dia agak tinggi tahun ini berbanding dengan masa pandemik COVID-19. Ini disebabkan kanak-kanak kita dah 2 tahun, dia tak keluar. Jadi bila dia tak terdedah kepada virus ni, dia punya tahap immunity pun turun lah. Dia tak pernah jumpa virus ni. Ini teori classical natural immunity. Ya, bila dia tak terdedah dengan virus, dia punya immunity akan rendah. Sebab itu mungkin kes agak tinggi sekarang sebab kanak-kanak.
Commenting further, Khairy noted that most cases of HFMD in the country are not serious, but parents are advised to immediately bring children for treatment if they have symptoms and stop sending them to daycare, kindergarten or childcare centers if they are infected. Now on to some global affairs. Authorities in Mexico have uncovered a tunnel running under the border from Tijuana to the United States. Officials believe that the 242 meters long tunnel was used in drug trafficking.
The tunnel was also equipped with rails, lighting, and a ventilation system. According to Mexican Public Prosecutor's Office, the tunnel was concealed by the home in the border city of Tijuana. It is the second tunnel found by Mexican authorities in the same area in less than a month. Under pressure from tightened security along the nearly 3,200-kilometer northern border in recent years, cash-flush Mexican cartels have increasingly resorted to boring tunnels, particularly in Arizona and California, where geological conditions are favorable. Every year, dozens of drug tunnels are found traversing Mexico's border with the United States.
Croatia midfielder Luka Modric has signed a one-year contract extension with Real Madrid and will stay at the European champions at least until June 2023.
The announcement was made after the 36-year-old won his fifth Champions League title in a decade with the La Liga champions. It is the second year in a row that Modric has signed a one-year extension with Real Madrid, as his current contract was set to expire at the end of June. Modric has played 436 games in all competitions for Real Madrid, scoring 31 goals and providing 73 assists. He is the 20th player with the most appearances in the club's history, two behind Cristiano Ronaldo. Along with 5 Champions League titles, Modric has also won 3 La Liga titles, 1 Copa del Rey, 4 Spanish Super Cups, 3 European Super Cups, and 4 Club World Cups at Madrid.
To become a singer, you need 2 key things: natural talent and a willingness to work hard enough to transform that talent into a profession. To find out more, join local musician Nur Hijrah Yahya on Sejahtera Asia tomorrow to share her past experience in pursuing her dreams with host Alexan Kazawawi and Fatah Bolhanuddin, 7:30 a.m. on TVS Astro Channel 122 and My Freeview. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just a click away by heading onto our official website at www.tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for the Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.